Hello there, guys. How you guys doing? This is Heyoka Empath Tarot. Thank you guys for staying tuned to my channel. Hope you guys are enjoying yourself and ready to get your May revolution. For all my Leos out there, thank you guys for always watching my videos, content. It means a lot to me. And if you haven't done so already, you share my messages, subscribe to the channel, because the more views I get, the more my messages get out there to you guys. So further ado, let's get into the May reading for my Leos, collectively reading. This is a general reading for all my Leos out there that I'm connecting with. And like I said, these are timeless readings. So this could have happened, this will happen, or it may be coming. The same thing, but I don't know why I said that. Thank you, Angelo. Thank you, spirits. Please use me as a medium to give me the high vibrational energy that regarding all my Leos out there and what I need to tell them regarding their life. All right. So for a lot of you guys, I feel like there is like this hesitation of make it or break it. And a lot of you guys, because like you've had this reality, this harsh reality break. Like I feel like you just experienced some type of spiritual awakening in you, that you've just realized that maybe it's time for me to start, getting my act together, or maybe it's time for me to start facing the music. It is 1:02, so I think that's a message for you guys out there. But you're realizing that in order for you to really make some adjustments and changes in your life, you're gonna have to really be sacred about who you allow in your life. And the Grim Reaper is a constant reminder, like, you cannot continue relationships that do not feed you. And I'm not talking about using people. I'm just saying, there's 3 rules that that my coworker always used to tell me that to live by, in life. And he was in the Army. He always told me that there's 3 things that if people are not contributing to your life, if they don't give you happiness, they're not financially there's no financial gain into it, and they're not giving you good sex, then don't contribute to it. Because a lot of people now have been very selfish, and you've been selfish too, and I'm not going to say you haven't. I'm just saying that you haven't realized that lesson. And time again, spirit and this universe has been throwing these obstacles and these situationships at your doorstep, and you still haven't realized the issue. The issue is that the people that you've continuously given your support, and they burn you. They burn you so bad that makes you mad, angry, and then you take it on the world, and then when you let someone finally in, they take advantage of you. Well, don't you realize that is a pattern? That is literally a full circle that's happening in your life, your daily life, and you're wondering why your life feels like shit, and why you keep on ending up the way you're ending up. But today's not the day, Grim Reaper saying, finally, you've come to the realization that you are following a specific pattern. And then you also realize that you've given people time and time again, people have given you second chances, and you've blown it. You've blown it to proportions that I can't even describe. But that's the thing, and the sad part is you don't realize the damage you've done until it's too late. So I feel like this is a point. May is gonna be a point where you're gonna actually really grow. You're gonna grow a pair, and you're gonna really try to cultivate your life for the month of May, and you're gonna really try to contribute more abundance and more healthier choices, and set a lot of boundaries with a lot of people. And that's also what's going to happen too, is as you're setting boundaries with people, you're going to have a feeling or urge to reach out to other people in the past, so that you can, not say apologize, but you want to come out, you want to have a clean slate. A lot of you guys want to have a clean slate, and you're never going to have a clean slate unless you let things out, air things out, you know. And like I said, a lot of you guys are focusing on trying to change your dynamic, change your mindset, because and you're gonna be gratitude if you when you guys talk back to people from the past, is because you want to let them know that even though I fucked up, I did you horribly. I'm realizing that I never really apologized for it. I'm not expecting you to take it back, but you're going to be sincere about it. That's the difference. Because you want more gratitude in life. You want to feel more at bliss. You want to feel like you're winning. But you're never going to win if you don't work out the issues that you constantly being thrown at time and time again, get these issues going. You're putting yourself more at the pedestal than anything else. And it's not like you've never done that before. You have. But you're realizing how you put yourself in the pedestal was the problem. So in order for you to realize and identify the issues and problems in your life, you first have to have more resolve within yourself. You have to be at peace with self. You have to have affection. You have to know attraction. You have to feel the unconditional love. You need to love yourself. Time and time again, I've done these readings for a lot of my Leos out there. I don't know which Leos I'm connecting to, but the problem is you don't love yourself. Or it's not that you don't love yourself, you just don't know your own worth and how much weight that carries. The fact that you continuously are searching for self-love. And the funny part is you think by finding someone that contributes it would benefit your life, but it's not. It's never going, because no individual is going to make you feel better. You have to be willing to make that within yourself. So a lot of you guys are finding out that you need to change. You need to do more shadow work. You need to finally adapt your mantra. You need to change the way that your tactics and how you operate in life. You're realizing that, and that's why you're realizing that the situationships that you're dealing with now, you're going to cut it. It's not like you never cut it before, but you're going to cut it in a most profound way. You'll be like, look, I don't see anything with you. You're not contributing anything in my life. So why am I going to cater to you? And by doing that, you're going to realize the people that you let go that contribute a lot to you. And so this is probably why you need to, because when you do that and you also receive redemption, it's also going to allow you to clear out the air, clear out the lungs, because a lot of you guys have a lot of like throat issues or something like that. I don't know, but you've covered a lot of things. So let's see. Thank you, spirits. Connect to this Leo's energy. Sorry, I get musical sometimes. Yeah, you've been chasing. You've been on the chase. You've been on the prowl. You've been chasing. You've been pursuing something for a long time, and you're realizing what you've been chasing, what you've been pursuing, hasn't amounted to nothing. That's why the Green River came out. Because the thing is that you're resilient, and I'm not saying that you're not strong. Most of you guys are strong-willed, but you're not willing to compromise, and that's the problem with you. Because you keep on wearing this mask. You exaggerate yourself. You pretend that you care, but you really don't. Or like you give toxic people or negative people more satisfaction than the ones that were actually influencing your life. They called your bluff, and you're realizing, so you're calling other people's bluffs. Confession, baby, confession time is coming. So you're going to be, it's funny because this is what I've been sensing the whole time. I feel like because you want to do better in your life and you want to conduct yourself better, you're going to start just coming clean. You're going to cut out those a lot of, over drinking, over eating, doing drugs, whatever it is, you're going to unveil it. It's going to be like feeling like you found a needle in a haystack, because you're going to realize that the more that you give to those toxic behaviors, you're going to feel a lot more better about yourself. You're gonna think better. You're gonna think straighter. Um, Things are gonna also come to light. So they're gonna be realize that the people that you've been giving your time and energy, they've been wasting it. They've been taking advantage of you. And the funny thing is for a lot of you guys, you think you take advantage of people, but people have taken advantage of you, and you don't even realize it because you're so oblivious, because you're so self-serving. You don't see it, and that's the problem when you hang out with self-serving people, is that they're blindsided to other people, that because you think that they care about you, and in turn you care about them, but you both don't care about each other. You just can't. You're only seeking out whatever is good for you, and you've been doing that for a long time, and now you're realizing, and you're coming clean to it because you want something real. You want something more conducive to, promises. Empty promises is what I'm getting. So a lot of it, you're going to be receiving messages, or you're going to reach out to people, and you're going to be unveiling some truths. And you're going to come clean because you want a clean slate. You really do. I feel like a lot of you guys really want a clean slate. 11:11 on the dot. Yeah, your friends are not your friends. Your friends are not your friends. Your friends are not your friends. All right. The Page of Pentacles. So yeah, you're ready to set sail and ready to try something new, like a new approach. I feel like a lot of you guys have come to the realization that you need to change your narrative. You need to change how you are, how you feel, and how you see things. The truth, it's like your mind has been set free. So whatever fog that's been plaguing you, so a lot of you have been detoxing yourself from certain situations or bad habits, and you're starting to see things clearly. You're starting to see, wow, I wasted all this time drinking when I could have just put all that money that I spent on drinking, I could have put that in a savings account, and you're adding up the things this is the crazy thing is you're making some realizations now. Like, even if you are still drinking or you're still dealing with toxic people, every day you're realizing little by little that you've wasted your time, you wasted your energy, and you wasted your money, your value. Because a lot of you guys are like out for money. A lot of you guys are out for opportunities, but you're not. The one opportunity that you haven't dedicated your time and effort to was yourself. You haven't rebuilt yourself back up. You haven't told yourself that, damn, I fucked up a lot, and I want things to thrive. I want things to change. You've been demanding change, but you're not willing to do the work to do the change. So, realization has been awoken. Yeah, man, eight of cups. So, like I said, you're gonna start walking away from things that don't serve you. And I feel like this time you mean it, because you're seeing how your life is panning out over the years. Things are not changing. Maybe places are changing, people are changing, different friend groups, different jobs, but no happiness. No happiness. You're not happy because you're not happy with yourself. Once you're happy with yourself and you feel that, when you feel that you're at peace and you are at one with yourself, then you can actually see more abundance. You can actually see more growth. You can actually see more things that you have been neglecting. That is beautiful. Regrouping, healing, changing. You're coming. You're coming. Your light has been given. But I'll leave that reading to you, Leos. But I do feel like you're going to take you're gonna take a risk on changing and adapting how you have been for the last few years or a couple of months or whatever the case is. You're changing. You're revolutionizing your life by incorporating yourself, by loving yourself, by appreciating yourself, and setting healthy boundaries so that you don't lose your way again. But thank you guys so much. Hope you guys have a great day. This is Heyoka Empath Tarot signing off.